So D looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and he gonna say, those charges was dropped. I don't. They were not pending. I don't have any felony charges on my record. They were dropped. And the guy was just like, well, they're on your record. We can't approve you because of your background. If you say that this is an error, maybe once you get it fixed, we can go through this process again, and we get you guys approved. So D hung up the phone. When he hung up the phone, he looked at me. I look at him, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. He was like, how the fuck you didn't catch that? I'm like, what do you mean how I didn't catch that? He was just like, how the fuck you didn't catch that? That shit was still on my record. Didn't you fill out that form? I'm like, sir, I filled out the form. Like, I filled out the form. Did you not take the form back up to the courthouse? He was like, no, I didn't. What the fuck the form is? And I'm thinking, I'm just like, right after your court hearing, when they was dropping the charges, you tell me that there's a form I need to fill out for the charges for you to be submitted, for you to submit it and get the charges dropped. You then brought said form home, and I then filled out that form. Yeah, I know. We rolling with it at this point. We all just roll with it. Filled out the form for you to get those charges dropped that was pending against you because of some shit you did to me. And now you're sitting up here fussing at me because you didn't do your part with taking it down to the courthouse and getting it filed in. I can't do that part for you, D. Like, I'm like, I cannot take it to get it filed in for you. You were supposed to do that. Like, I did the form like you wanted me to, but you were supposed to take it down and get it filed in. So D looked at me. It was like, you speaking with a lot of passion in your voice. And I'm like, I apologize. All I'm saying is, when you brought the form home, I filled out that form. Like, I filled out the form. You were supposed to get it filed back in. He's like, how the fuck I'm supposed to know I'm supposed to get it filed back in? Motherfucker. It said it had to be notarized. I can't get it fucking notarized. My name ain't Darian Coulter. Like, what? What? So I'm like, D, if the form wasn't filed in, that means the form is still here in the house. It's still here. He's like, okay, so what the fuck is it? I'm like, look in my book closet. It's probably right there in my little manila folder with all my important documents. So it's probably in there. And he's going through it. He's like, I don't fucking see it, Slim. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I was like, D, calm down. You're looking for it frustrated. So how about this? I'm going to get up. I'm going to look for the form, and I'm going to hand you the form, and I'm going to just let you file it in, you know, first chance you get to go file it in when the courthouse open. He's like, man, this shit should have been done. So now this just put us a pause on what we got going on. And in my head, I'm like, a lot of things put a pause on what we got going on. The fact that DC Ultra Fitness now the only income that we got coming in besides my DoorDash, you know, like, we're getting in the red. I'm trying to figure out how to get us out the red. And you sitting up here saying because you didn't file the form that I filled out for you to drop the charges that was pending against you because of the incident you did with me, you know, now I'm the bad guy. So I was like, okay, this is how this day is going to go because this nigga called me Slim. And look, don't react on it. Just let it do what it do. I'm just like, I'm fine for him. And I'm going to hand it to you, okay? Right? Just, I need you to go in the living room, calm down, play a game. Watch a show. Then they come out with a new episode of Fresh and Fit. Go watch the show. It'll all get taken care of. I'm going to handle it. We're going to figure it out, okay? We're going to get it figured out. So, he walked off like a fucking kid that I just told we couldn't have no fucking chocolate cake. All mad and shit, stumping. And I'm just like... You don't put together no bill in this house. You don't know what the fuck is going on with our finances because you don't want to listen. But you like a goddamn kid that I just said no to, and you want to storm out of here when it's just like, this all could have been avoided if you would have just did your part and filed the form in. Like, that's all you had to do was file the form in. But whatever, Kiana gonna get it fixed. Okay? So while he was there, while he was in the living room, of course I go to looking for the form because I'm just like, he's finna use this as a reason to be mad at me, and now I'm about to be a puncher bag because he didn't do his part. But let me find this form so he can see that I did do my part and fill out the form, because I honestly feel like he think that I didn't fill out the form when I know I filled out that form and I put it on top of the dresser and I said, hey, it's done. He decided not to get it filed in, so I put it up. Like, if you want these charges to stay on your record, you know what I mean, that's on you. So I filed the form, tell him I found it, and I was just like, I'm gonna put it on the board, the whiteboard in the living room right beside TV, because we had a whiteboard in the living room that I would put the kids' chores on, as well as their affirmations, because they did their affirmations every morning before school. So I had their chores on it, their affirmations, a bunch of these red light photos that he wasn't paying for the doggone ticket, the ticket for the red light photos sitting on the whiteboard, letting him know it needs to be paid because he just kept getting photo tickets. So I put that on top with that, right next to what we're going to have for dinner that night. So considerate, because I know the dinner menu was always on the whiteboard, and I live with a house full of boys, so they was constantly wondering what we were eating for dinner. So that form was right beside the dinner for tonight, So, hey, you see it, pick it up, take it with you when you go out on Monday to, whatever. Get it filed in. So, form filed. The form is right there. So I go to D, I was just like, so since this is a speed bump, I won't say it's a pause, it's a speed bump, because we still got a lot of stuff going. Like, we still making the money with DC Ultra Fitness. Like, I'm still doing the meal preps, because at this time I'm meal prepping for almost all of his clients. But the good thing about my meal prepping is that I get to keep all of my money. So at first, all of the money that I was getting was going into the DC Ultra Fitness Chase bank account. But they told me, well, since this is your only income besides the DoorDash that you do, and I know you work so hard on it, how about they just Cash App you when they're making their orders for their meal prep? They just Cash App you the money. And I'm just like, okay. Because $150 for a week's full of meal, but that's per client. And a week's full of meals is 2 meals a day. So 2 times 7 is 14. So I'm making 14 different meal preps for his clients to keep them on track. But it's $150, and I'm cooking anyway. So I'm just like, might as well. So what I do, I wake up in the morning, I cook the meal preps for the client that, need it for that week. Like, if I haven't already did it, because normally when you come in and tell me, okay, this person is about to pay their invoice for their meal prep, I'm like, all right, next morning, get the meals out the way. Tell me which ones they want, set it up the way that I need to set it up. So he was real good at, like, keeping it that way, like letting me know the day before when, somebody orders. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm figuring out this meal prep thing. I wake up in the morning, cook these meals for these people, bag it up, hand it to him so he can take it to them for their workout. Because I only do it on the day that they training. So say, for instance, they put in their order for their meal preps and they on a Monday, and they don't train again until Wednesday. Their meal preps aren't going to get to them until Wednesday, because I need D to give it to them the day that I make it. Because I try to make it as fresh as possible. Because, again, I'm figuring out this stuff. I don't know, like, the food regulations or anything of that nature. Like, yeah. So I'm just like, I'm going to try to get to them as fresh as possible, because I don't know how to conserve food. Like, besides putting it in the refrigerator, So we're doing that, and that's going fine. So as the days progress, like, that's the days going by, D is starting to get a little bit more irritable.